Old media says we have unfinished business in Moldova. They are counting how many nukes will it take to bomb Poland because they don't like that Poland supports Ukraine. Well, Scandinavian countries, the generals are saying, we have 4 to 5 years to prepare for the potential invasion of Russia. Well, Russia will never invade Scandinavia. Well, ask Finland, 1939. Ask Poland, 1939. With who? With who Stalin attacked Poland? With Nazi Germany. The only reason why they joined allies, because Hitler betrayed Stalin. Who does Putin quote most of anyone? Stalin. This year is a historical year. This year Putin overtook, as a dictator of Russia, he overtook his icon. He overtook Stalin. Russians don't care who rules them. Russians don't care which countries their government invades. This is why the sin of their war crimes is on all of them. This is why you will hear us say, more sanctions on Russia.
More sanctions on Russia!
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 No trade with Russia.
No trade with Russia!
No trade with Russia.
No trade with Russia!
Or if you will trade, please, I beg you, please offer them what China offered them with gas. China told them, build a pipeline, but it needs to be Russian government subsidized prices. Sell us your national resources with subsidized prices. Also known everywhere in the world as at a loss. China had taken those disputed few islands that China has with Russia, while Russia is fighting in Ukraine. I think it happened already minimum twice in the last 2.5 years. If China and Russia have some disputed islands, China, like your smartphone can do overnight, it updates the software. China updates their maps, and disputed island, one over there, becomes part of China. Will Russia dispute that? No, because they are exhausted by Ukrainian resilience, because we have something to fight for. We fight for our existence. This is why my family, my cousin is on the front line since December last year. Most of my friends have at least one relative or friend on the front line. I have so many relatives and friends who know so many who have passed away fighting, who gave their life for Ukraine. Earlier today, first F-16 pilot got killed. We don't know how he died. We will find out that when it's not a secret, a military secret anymore. But this is why every single war rally, we lower our flags and we honor the lives lost, the lives slaughtered by these scumbag terrorist invaders. Because this, don't forget, this is the first war for Ukraine. And all Ukraine is trying to do is for the first war for Ukraine to become the last war for Russia. And this is why every single war rally since 2014, since 20th of February of 2014, 3,844 days ago, not 918, no! They've been killing us since 2014. Since 91 until in 2014, they only meddled with our politics. But they officially started killing us from 20th of February 2014. And this is why every single war rally, we honor the lives lost, the lives slaughtered by Russian scumbag terrorists with a minute of silence. And we're gonna have it right now. Thank you so much.
Героям слава!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе.
І нашим захисникам тричі.
Слава, слава, слава.
Sometimes very rarely, because this city is amazing and Britain was amazing, and Britain was helping Ukraine long before this invasion started, and even during the spring of 2022, primarily our soldiers, Britain, like no one, helped us so much. Poland, Britain, so many different countries in Europe helped us. Japan is trying to change their laws. They are looking into it because they were neutral. They don't get involved in any wars. Even Sweden, who was neutral for more than 200 years, decided to join NATO. Every single European defense budget is going up because of the threat of Russia. And there is a country, everyone knows which country it is looking at Taiwan, and they think to themselves, let's see what the West does about the war crimes in Ukraine. Let's see if Ukraine falls, and we see what we can do in Taiwan. And Russia also looking at you, and it says, if they don't care about Ukraine, they wouldn't care about Moldova, because we have unfinished business. That's what they say. But what does Moldovan president say earlier this year in spring? On a peace summit earlier this year, Moldovan president said that the peace for Ukraine means peace for Moldova. Peace for Ukraine means peace for Moldova. This is not our words. This is not the word of a Ukrainian with a microphone at Whitehall. This is Moldovan president is telling you. They are heading towards Russian embassy. One can only dream. So this is why we gather here. Every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. for 2 hours. Every single Friday like today for 2 hours at 6 p.m. and every Sunday at 3 p.m. for 2 hours. We had more than 350 war rallies since 2014. When Crimea was annexed, our volunteers were standing here having war rallies, a protest against the annexation of Crimea for 24 hours, for many weeks. They took turns. About a dozen of them was here during the day for 12 hours. They would go home, they rest. I passed this war rally in 2014. I could not care less because I didn't understand that that was the beginning of this war. I thought they would get Crimea. I didn't study very well history. I thought, okay, Russians got what they wanted. Did they stop? Did they stop in 2014 on the 20th of February? No, they did not. They advanced on 2 different regions. When the full-blown invasion started, full-scale invasion started in 2022, what did they do? Did they stop on those 2 regions? No. They advanced on 2 more, so it was 4 regions. So when someone tells you, so this is what Russia wants, it will never want anything more. They are lying to you. They are lying when they believe Russian lies. Because you can't trust or negotiate with a terrorist. Because Russia is a terrorist state. This is only negotiation we're gonna have with the terrorist scumbag and generational war criminals. They really miss USSR. We just want to be nothing to do with them. We just want to be peaceful and free. If you Google the breadbasket of Europe, the Google search will give you. That's Ukraine. That is Ukraine. Ukraine is nicknamed the breadbasket of Europe. When you count how many wars Russia have waged since 1991 alone until today, what nickname would you give to Russia? What nickname would you give to scumbag terrorist invaders? Generational war criminals. So when people tell you, Ukrainians have lost same. They say Lithuanians and Estonians and Latvians, you're all the same. We are not the same. We speak, some of us speak Russian, because I grew up in Latvia. We speak Russian because they forced my parents to speak Russian. Because 40% of population is people who came there to occupy their territory. What did Russians do in 1932? They starved more than, thank you for your support. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Україна!
Понад усе!
Україна!
Понад усе!
І нашим захисникам тричі.
Слава! Слава! Слава!
We just a Ukrainian van who does deliveries from here back home to Ukraine and back just passed us. We use those. I will use one of those in 2 weeks' time. It has Ukrainian number plate. I bought and it was delivered today. I hope all five. I bought 5 camping bags, 1 for my cousin, 4 for people that I hope I will meet after this war. They are soldiers that are fighting in the army in the same brigade as my cousin, and he said, if you're gonna buy me a camping bag, can please you buy for my fellow soldiers that I fight with. So this is, we will use one of those vans. They charge, I think, around 1.5 or 2 pounds per kilo, and we will send it there. Anything that my cousin asks, I buy. I can ask some charities so I don't pay VAT, but if I buy a tablet or anything, any equipment that he wants, so the warranty is under my name, I don't care if I can save a little bit of money, I don't pay VAT. I will pay that VAT. That warranty will be under my name, under our family name. Like our future depends on my cousin, and like he is a warranty, every single Ukrainian soldier is a warranty of our freedom and peace. Every soldier in the Russian army is a promise that there will be a war crime. It's a promise there will be a war crime. Look at what they were doing. When Russians are peacekeepers, there is more blood than water. More blood than water. Any promise that they give you, they will always break it. How many Minsk agreements we had with them? They want to freeze the conflict. They are doing everything to freeze this war. They don't even call it a war. This is why on the 6th of August this year, on the 12th year anniversary of them attacking Georgia, first time since World War II, German, Canadian, British, American, I'm very sorry if I forgot any other country, tanks have entered Russia. Do they call it a war? No. They call it anti-terrorist operation. And this is not because they think Ukrainians are terrorists. I had a look. By Russian law, they need to pay 10,000 rubles a month, which is around 80 pounds. 80 pounds they need to pay soldiers if it's anti-terrorist operation. It's 800 if it's a war, so this is nothing. Nothing for them as cheapskates. They don't care about any people. Because Russia is a terrorist state.
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 Terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.